If you can see it in your mind, visualize it, it must happen. That's a law of the universe. I want you to think about what it is you want, but be specific. See it as already done, already accomplished. Don't worry about how it's going to happen.
For over 20 years, the CIA spent millions of dollars training people to see places they had never been, and somehow, it worked. These weren't psychics in movies. These were real sessions, documented, recorded, and later declassified. But here's the part that will change everything for you. This wasn't just about spying. It revealed something far more powerful. Something about your mind, your reality, and your ability to manifest your future. Back in the 1970s, inside a quiet lab at Stanford Research Institute, scientists began working on what would later become one of the most mysterious programs ever funded by the government. It was called the Stargate Project. The goal was simple, but unbelievable. Could the human mind access information beyond space and time? They called this ability remote viewing. Participants were given random coordinates, just numbers, no names, no clues, no hints. And yet, when they focused on those numbers, something strange began to happen. They started describing real locations, mountains, structures, water, even specific layouts that were later verified. Now here's where it gets even more unbelievable. One of the most well-known viewers, Ingo Swann, described rings around the planet Jupiter in 1973, years before NASA officially confirmed them, in 1979. But it wasn't just the rings. He described unusual colors, crystalline-like structures, details that didn't exist in public knowledge at the time. Think about that. A man sitting in a room, accessing information that science hadn't confirmed yet. This wasn't imagination. This was access. This is a unique manifestation technique we are going to reveal soon. Now, before you dismiss this, here's something even more interesting. The program didn't just rely on gifted individuals. Yes, some people had a natural ability, but researchers found that with the right protocols, almost anyone could be trained to improve at it. That means this ability is not special, it's trainable. Now, pause for a second. If the human mind can access a distant location across space, what's stopping it from accessing a future reality? Because this is the part no one talks about. The Stargate Project wasn't just about seeing faraway places. It proved that reality is not as fixed as we think. Your future is not something that slowly forms over time. It already exists as a possibility, like a location waiting to be accessed. And this is where manifestation changes completely. Before going further, please subscribe to this channel for more such interesting facts and manifestation techniques. Also, let me know in the comment on what topic you want a detailed video. Most people try to create their future. But what if you don't need to create it? What if you just need to access it? Think of it like tuning a radio. The music is already playing. You're not creating the song. You're simply tuning into the right frequency. Your dream life works the same way. It already exists. You just need to align with it. And the Stargate protocols give you a system to do exactly that. The first principle is non-local awareness. The idea that your mind is not limited to your body. It can access information beyond space and time. Now translate that into manifestation. Your dream life, the money, the lifestyle, the success. It's not far away. It's a target. So instead of trying to imagine your future, you start visiting it. Close your eyes and step into a moment where your goal is already real. Not as a dream, but as a place. Look around. What does the room feel like? What's the lighting like? What's outside the window? See the details of surroundings. The more real it feels, the stronger the connection becomes. You're not guessing, you're accessing. The second principle is the coordinate hack. The second principle is what made this technique powerful. This will help you bypass your logical mind. In the Stargate Project, they used something called coordinate remote viewing. The numbers given to participants meant absolutely nothing to them. And that was intentional, because the logical mind is the biggest blocker. The moment you try to figure it out, you destroy the signal. And this is exactly what happens in manifestation. You start asking, how will this happen? And everything stops. So, here's the technique. Create your own manifestation coordinate. Pick a simple 6-digit number that represents your goal, but don't just pick randomly. Do this properly. First, write your goal on a piece of paper, not just the object, but the experience. For example, I am living in my modern white beach house with large glass windows, hearing the sound of the ocean. Now assign it a number. Let's say 772904. From this moment, you are not manifesting a house. You are targeting 772904. For the next 7 days, when you sit to visualize, don't think about money, cost, or how it will happen. Just focus on the number. This works because your brain has no resistance to numbers. It doesn't say this is too expensive or this is unrealistic. It stays silent. And when the logical mind is silent, the signal becomes clear. Now take it one step deeper. Before focusing on the number, sit in the meditation, clear unwanted thoughts for a few minutes, then start focusing on the number. As you focus on 772904, don't try to see a house. Instead, collect sensory data like a trained observer. Feel the texture of a wooden railing with a bit of salt in the air. Hear the calm, rhythmic sound of ocean waves. Feel the warmth of sunlight and the cool air from inside the room. Feel the color and smell of surroundings. Feel every detail of the house and surrounding as you are in that house, and feeling the house now. You can even write the number 772904 on paper and draw a quick line or simple shape next to it. This becomes your physical anchor. Now you are not imagining, you are accessing. And once your mind locks onto that coordinate, it starts guiding you toward it. The third principle is sensory grounding. In remote viewing, participants were trained not to label things. They couldn't say, this is a building. Instead, they described raw data. Tall, smooth, cold, reflective. Why? Because labels create resistance. The moment you say, I want to be rich, your brain reacts with doubt. But when you focus on sensory experience, your mind relaxes. So instead of visualizing money, feel the weight of something valuable in your hand. Hear the sound of the door closing in a quiet beach house. Feel the calm environment around you. Feel your happy, positive, and peaceful life you are living with your family. Your subconscious understands experience, not labels. And the more real it feels, the faster it becomes real. In manifestation, feeling is everything. The more you feel, the more it would be real to your subconscious mind. The fourth principle is analytical overlay, or AOL. Now here's the most important part. This is when your logical mind starts interfering. And the moment that happened, accuracy dropped. In your life, this shows up as overthinking. Think about the last time you lost your keys. The moment you started panicking, thinking I'm going to be late, you couldn't find them, even if they were right in front of you. That's AOL. Your stress blocked your awareness. And the same thing happens in manifestation. The more you try to control it, the less you see it. So the rule is simple. Clarity of destination, not clarity of path. You don't need to know how it will happen. You just need to stay connected to the outcome. The fifth principle is the cool down method. Now there's one final step that makes everything stronger. Before every session, trained viewers would sit quietly for a few minutes. No distractions, no noise, just stillness. Because a noisy mind cannot receive a clear signal. So before you begin, take a few minutes, breathe, let your thoughts slow down. Because manifestation is not about forcing, it's about allowing. Now here's something that makes all of this even more real. There is an actual CIA declassified document you can check out online. I will share file details in the description. You can check it out later. In that file, it is mentioned that in 1984, the CIA gave a remote viewer random coordinates to Mars and asked him to view the planet as it was 1 million years before telling him the location. The viewer accurately described a dying civilization of giant, thin beings living among massive pyramids and megaliths as they tried to survive a planetary environmental disaster. Whether you believe the result or not, the fact that this was studied at that level tells you something powerful. The mind is not limited to the way we think. And once you understand that, everything changes. Because now, manifestation is no longer a belief system. It becomes a process. You quiet your mind, you target the frequency, you experience the result, and you stop interfering. That's it. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you can access and accept as real. If someone could sit in a room and describe hidden locations across the world, you can sit in your room and access your future, not as imagination, but as a target. And once your mind accepts that target, your actions shift, your awareness expands, opportunities begin to appear, not by magic, but because you are now tuned to a different frequency. So the real question is, what are you tuning into? Because your future is not something you are waiting for. It is something you are either accessing or ignoring. If you're ready to take control of that, type in the comments, "I saw my future." Because the moment you declare it, you begin to access it. And once you access it, your life starts moving toward it. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting facts like this. Because your transformation doesn't start outside. It starts with what your mind learns to access.